Hello, everyone. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. My name is Cassie, and I am feeling a big message Spirit is wanting to give to the divine masculines. And I am sure that Father's Day has something to do with it, which was yesterday. So happy Father's Day to all of those dads out there. Truly, I think it's a beautiful thing that you are the reason a human being came into this world. And I'm truly in awe of the bond that fathers have with their children because it's very different from the feminine's relationship, the mother's relationship with the child. So there is a masculine aspect that I think every child needs to experience in from their dad or a father figure, and same goes with the mother. Um, I'm getting that, like, if there is, for example, let's say there's single fathers out there taking care of their children or child, the fact that they're a single dad, depending on who else they allow around their child, I am feeling that their child may be receiving too much of your masculine energy, and not enough of the feminine qualities of the feminine side of energy. We have a balance in all of us. So there's a really big need for single fathers out there, where your child is around you all the time, that you display a balance between your masculine and feminine, because if they don't have a mother figure there to model that or guide them, then they're left to see what you are modeling as a father. And if you are very much in your masculine qualities and not displaying the softer feminine energies of being able to tap into your emotions and being emotionally balanced, and I'm getting like beauty, being able to appreciate the beauty in life, pointing things out, just not being scared to vocal. Like, I just see a father and their child like walking in the woods or something like that, or maybe doing yard work, and like the dad seeing like a flower and being like, oh, that's a really pretty flower, like just not being scared to say things that some people might view as feminine. And so I do feel a message from Spirit that there is a big need for the fathers out there, especially single fathers, to be balanced in their feminine and masculine qualities, so that you're not coming off as overly masculine, which can turn into like machoism or even sexism sometimes. So just there is just a push to maintain balance. Okay, that's all. And I do feel that you are trying to do that. I don't think that that's something you're not aware of. I feel like that's an affirmation for you, because you are trying to display more of your creative, more playful, more just feminine qualities. Okay, so Spirit, we really want to guide the masculines now who are waking up. Sage is coming very loudly right now. Like, you may need to get some sage or Palo Santo and sage your house, cleanse it, your home, your sacred space, basically. I feel that the energy may be stagnant. I'm getting to get in the corners, where energy may be getting stuck and affecting the overall energy of your home. Okay, so the Justice card just flipped out, but then it went back in. So I'm very curious, and now I can't find it. So I'm very curious to see if that comes back out. But the Justice card is about balance and coming into balance. So that is the energy I feel, is that masculines are waking up, you guys. And I feel like I'm addressing masculines, but also feminines that are watching, because as your masculine or as the masculines wake up, it is our job as awakened feminines to maintain the energy that we have cultivated from also awakening. And I put a TikTok post out earlier talking about that feminines tend to wake up sooner or earlier than their masculines because they are a guide as to how to do it. And I don't know why. That's a good question, Spirit. Maybe you can help me with that. Why do feminines tend to wake up? Okay, there it is. Feminines are usually more open in their higher chakras, which is the throat, the third eye, the crown, the heart. We're usually more open in those chakras. So it's more natural to be closer to spirit, to be more aware of the signs, to be more aware of nature and that kind of thing. So therefore, we tend to be more open to the changes and the signs and everything that comes along with awakening. Whereas masculines tend to be rooted and grounded and really in their lower chakras, so they have a harder time connecting to spirit and the divine in order to go through they're very logical, very grounded in reality, tangible things you can touch. They're very focused on that. If things don't make sense, they just tend to not. And this is a general. I know there's many masculines out there who are in touch with their feminine sides, who's not all of these. And I hope no one's taking it that way. Please understand, I'm getting this to remind everybody that this is a general collective tarot reading. So anything I say, I am the interpreter of the energy that I'm feeling and sensing. So if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you, or it's just not how I said it is not for you. Okay. So, but if you're here and you're resonating with what I'm saying so far, then you're probably going to hear messages that resonate. And so, there's always that. This is for entertainment. This is not to diagnose or to tell anybody what to do. This is kind of to affirm what you're feeling or witnessing. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I need to take a drink after that. Waiting for my letter from Hogwarts. So I just saw that I was drinking from a cauldron. I was like, let me turn that to. And I wore a I wore a Hogwarts. Okay, what is happening? Okay, I wore a Hogwarts short shirt today. Waiting for my letter from Hogwarts. There's something about an owl, and also I'm getting School of Wizardry. And males in the magic world who practice witchcraft are usually called wizards or warlocks or something like that. That's coming. So maybe this is like these. So the masculines I'm feeling are magical, you guys. Wow. Okay, that's not where. And then I also felt the energy of like waiting for my letter from Hogwarts. It's like you're waiting on. I feel masculines waiting on permission. Permission or like a sign or something to let them know that it's okay to follow what they're feeling. So some of the masculines that I'm feeling, y'all, I don't know if you can hear my words are just kind of feeling like they're like slowly coming out of my mouth. It's some slow energy. So there's some masculines are probably feeling very slow right now, or it seems like you feel like you've been in the same place for so long and like you're not making much progress, but you are. But it's starting to come into like a peak. Like you're starting to be like, okay, I've come this far. I'm aware of more things. I've realized more things. What's next? So you're almost like waiting for your letter to Hogwarts. And so I definitely feel males, masculines who've experienced magical things, and they know there's more out there, but they just don't know what. So you're very curious, and I see you going on a learning journey, um, just like you would go to Hogwarts and learn all about magic and yourself as a magical being. You know, if you think about Harry Potter, and all the people that were there, lots of males and females, a diverse group of people going to that. So there's a message here of there's no a certain look to magic. There's no certain sound to magic. Everybody kind of uses magic in a different way. And if you wonder what I'm referring to with magic, I mean the energy from the universe that manifests things forward. Do I mean waving a wand and beep bop boop 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 boop? You know, sure. I mean, maybe. Yeah. Why not? You know, if that's what you consider magic, then yeah. I consider magic to be when I say I desire something, and then there's things out in the world that match what I'm desiring, and so I'm bringing them to me by being a match to the things that I'm desiring. To me, that's magic, you know. um and you can bring it to you in whatever way you want to, you know, that's your choice to decide. Huh. So I'm getting masculines now who are truly wanting to join with their feminine. And I don't mean just any feminine, I mean their feminine, their divine feminine, their divine counterpart. Your person is what I like to call them, your person. Because this is the person that when you are at your best, they are at their best, and so y'all become an energetic match to each other's bests, and you get to experience life with your favorite person. And I can't think of anything more magical or beautiful than that. I feel like crying, you guys. Like, that is so magical and beautiful. And anybody who rejects the idea that that could even be, well, you're not ready. You're not ready for it then. Okay, so those, y'all, I hadn't even pulled a card yet. Those were just messages that I feel spirit wanting me to give. That was a phone call from my masculine. It was just funny. All right. Something else I was feeling was that there may be a separation period from the masculine and the feminine. And it feels like this separation may actually be a separation, which is temporary. You know, it's not a breakup. I feel a separation, as in y'all will come back together. So there may be, for some of you, I'm feeling that this separation is very short. Like as soon as you and your masculine are separated from each other, you realize, or see, I feel like I'm talking to the divine feminine now. That's so interesting. Um, so I feel like y'all may separate for a short time, and then you realize like your divine masculine realizes like, oh wow, okay, yeah, I don't like not being with her, or vice versa, I don't like not being with him. So there is energy there that the reunion happens very quickly. Like I'm seeing weeks, like maybe a couple months, if that. The energy feels kind of back and forth for a little bit. Not really making that solid separation. So for some of you, excuse me, throat stuff. I am feeling that you'll be separated, but you'll still have contact. And so I do feel that it is that true, Spirit? That this separation needs to be like really separate, like no contact separation, at least for a little time. Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's definitely feeling affirmed here. Okay. And cards are falling out as I'm talking. So, and this whole time I've been shuffling and cards have not fallen out. So it must be time for specific messages from spirit, from specific people that I'm feeling in this message. Okay. So for the collective that this is for right now, you are definitely in the thick of it with the Nine of Wands coming on out. There's movement, there's growth, there's fertilizer I'm hearing, but you feel really tired. Yeah, you know why? Because because uh-huh. Yep, you're really tired because you've spent so much time being something other than what you are, that your body and soul are tired of not being authentic. And so strength comes out here. So I could be talking to fire signs. I'm getting big Leo energy, Aries or Sagittarius there. Um, but this is taking an inner strength to be able to recognize what is actually holding you back, or what is being held back because you haven't quite opened yourself fully to the changes that need to come in, that want to come in, that you want to come in. But I feel fear and I feel hesitancy and doubt. And there is communication coming in with King of Swords. Sorry, I almost said once. The King of I almost said it again. The King of Swords. So why did that want to come out so bad? Wand energy, that's passion and fire. So maybe you resonate with the King of Swords, someone who's very intelligent, very logical thinking, very fair, authoritative, acts with logic and intelligence, and does not make decisions really out of a place of emotion. It's more of what's logical and thinks things through, but very balanced, because this is the King of Swords. So you're someone who's logical, but there is a balance. Not like, I don't you might have been someone who was over analytical about things, over critical, but I feel that you have come into a knowing that that is not productive. And so when you find yourself being overly critical, over analogical, over logical, overly blah 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 blah, very much in your lower chakras here. This is definitely a divine masculine I'm feeling. Holy crap, a bunch of cards just fell out. Okay. So there were like 10 cards that fell out just now, and only one of them was face up, and that was the Five of Pentacles, and it was reversed. So I feel like you are a masculine who is healing from a money wound. You are figuring out the source of your fear with money, or why you've never been able to save money or get ahead with money. Like you may be someone who's lived paycheck to paycheck, and now you're starting to figure out that I heard you are the problem. I'm sorry, but that's what I heard so clearly. You're figuring out that you are the problem. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Okay. There seems to be more there that wants to come out. I feel like you're someone who's like tried to get money quickly. It's never a long-term thing. It's always like, I need money now. So what can I do to get money now? And then it's not something that's maintainable. So you're getting out of that. You're looking for something more long-term. So you're really trying to focus on what brings you joy, what you know you actually have the energy for. So that's what I felt at the beginning, was all that fire and passion, because I can tell that you actually have figured out something here. You figured, oh yes, the magician. Oh, and I was just talking about magic and magical masculines, and here comes the magician, you guys. I mean, is that not a confirmation or what? So you're definitely someone who, you're a magician, you're magical, and you feel this. I can tell you feel this, and you know there's more. You know there's more to life. You know you have more say in what goes on in your life, and you're recognizing this now. You've observed it in other people, you've observed it in your feminine, which is why you know it's possible. So I do feel like the masculines and feminines I'm talking to here from this collective, that you have been with your partner before, and then there's been a separation. So before I was feeling like a short separation. For the people that I'm feeling now, it feels like y'all have been in a very long separation. And it's giving both of you the time to do the healing work. And so, yeah, let's look more into that. What is the divine masculine been up to? Or what messages do you want the divine masculine to know at this time? Okay, they want me to talk more about this money wound. So for some of you, the way you grew up, excuse me, the way you grew up has, so you may be receiving a message from someone, just because I got a message during this reading. So you may be receiving a text message from someone. Maybe you're feminine. Maybe the feminine will receive one from their masculine. I definitely feel with the King of Swords that there is communication that wants to come out from one to the other. And I feel I'm getting that once the masculine has, wow, once the masculine has realized their money wound and why it's inhibited them in the past, and they start to feel more confident in themselves and their ability to have control over the life, that's when I see them reaching out to the feminine, because they don't want to reach out to the feminine when they haven't gotten their stuff together yet. They want to be on the same level that the feminine is, and the feminine has been doing healing in other ways, becoming more independent, becoming self self dependent, depending on themselves. Gosh, why was that so hard to come out? They're learning to make decisions for themselves, I'm hearing, like being decisive. They're owning who they are. They're standing up for themselves. They're taking back their control over their health, I'm feeling. Movement and nature. They're really owning their divine femininity, really stepping into their feminine power. They're working on that, and I'm feeling from this collective of feminines that I feel that y'all are coming from a relationship with a masculine who was not fully balanced, and so you almost had to be the one to create that balance by making the decisions, or it just feels like you had to be the one to step into a masculine role. And so you haven't been able to really feel your femininity in a really long time, and I see that you spent time getting back to know her. Okay, getting back to knowing her. Yes. All right. So some cards have come out while I've been talking. So let's see what messages. Oh, and that just flipped over. Okay. Yes. Oh, of course. This is, I can't even tell you. This is what I feel masculines are doing right now. It's just really anxious energy because they feel the change happening, but they have so much fear about what it's leading them to, about what it means in themselves and what changes are going to happen in them, and then how are they going to be able to show up in the world in an authentic way. How can you show up authentically if you haven't even accepted as a masculine that you have feminine aspects to you? If that makes sense. So I'm feeling masculines here who have a hard time showing up in any kind of feminine way because they never want to be looked at as not masculine. Wow. Okay, so that I'm definitely feeling from a collective of masculines. So spirit, they want you to get creative because this is where your femininity, your feminine aspect can come out, is through your creativity. That is a feminine quality, is creativity. And so when you're being creative, you are saying hello to your feminine side. You're saying, "Hey, I recognize that you are the reason I can be creative. So show up. I'll let you show up in this aspect. So whatever way that is for you, masculine, maybe you bake. I'm feeling food is something from a masculine here. You could be a baker or a chef, and so getting creative with your creations, baking. Oh man, I just see so many like fancy desserts and just, mouth-watering meals coming from someone. Maybe you're going to start a food truck or open a restaurant, or I don't know, maybe a home I'm seeing like a home based business where you bake things and then go to like little stores and stuff and put your stuff there. That's pretty cool. Okay. How cool. So yeah, for some masculines, spirit is really wanting you to be able to open up that feminine side, to get creative, to be curious, to have confidence, to be curious. A lot of time, for example, this is coming. I went to visit Savannah, and the cathedral there was closed because it was Christmas Day. And so I wanted to go in there so badly, and the doors were closed. And I was so curious. I was like, the doors are closed, so they must not be open. But my curiosity was, well, go try to open the door. But something stopped myself. I don't know. I was scared to go try to open the door because what if I did open the door and then there were people in there having a service or something like that? It was just ridiculous what our minds tell us. And so my mother-in-law actually was like, why not? And so I was like, you're right. Why am I scared to go open? Oh, anyway, so I walked up, it was closed. But there's something here about having the confidence to be curious and act on your curiosities. I know that saying curiosity killed the cat, but just be sensible with it. If you're curious about what's over the ledge of something, maybe hold your phone out, or like, I don't know, just be careful. Okay, we have King of Pentacles reversed here. So I definitely feel that there's a worry about money. Okay, so for some of you, you may have seen, I'm getting that you may have seen your feminines. Okay, so I'm feeling a masculine, or the collective of masculines. You feel like you really have to be the breadwinner, the support, the the provider for your family. And so you allow yourself just enough. You have allowed yourself just enough to be able to take care of you and your family. But I'm hearing you make sacrifices all the time for your family. So there's an imbalance here that I am sensing. You spend on others rather than yourself. That's a big one for some of you. And also, I'm getting that if you allowed this flow of abundance in, you could take care of your family 100 times better in the way that you really want to take care of them. You can be the provider that you want to be, but at this time, you're only allowing just enough to your standard of comfort, but you're not actually happy because I don't see you. You're someone who wants to be a master of their flow of abundance, and you feel like it's mastering you. Like you feel like it controls you rather than the other way around. So there is this, you're just very focused on the lack of, and I'm also seeing some of you spending carelessly or just focused on the wrong things. And there is no wrong thing, but there's other things you could be focusing on or putting your energy towards. So if you feel that, and I'm hearing and I'm seeing with the Page of Swords coming on out here, this is that curiosity. So I'm seeing that Spirit really wants you to be curious. Look for a different job, I'm hearing. Just get on, just don't even go to LinkedIn or Indeed. Just go to Google or whatever and type in the job that you want and see what's out there, or jobs for blah, blah, blah. If you want to work from home, jobs for working from home. If you want to, there's lots of jobs out there. Just what is it? Just type it in and see. Just go for it. And even if you can't find anything on Google or LinkedIn or Indeed, you've opened up to Spirit and the universe now that you want something different. And when you type in exactly what you want into that search engine, you're basically ordering it for you from the universe. And so even though it may not be there in front of your face after you search for it, it may come in other ways that surprise you that you would never expect. Okay? So yes, be open and be curious and ask questions and put your order in. What do you want the universe to deliver to you? Okay? Yeah. That's that magic. The magician. You're the magician, masculine. You are a magician. You can make it happen. And there's something about trusting the in between. Because if you are constantly focused on what you are lacking, then you're not going to be open to seeing what's in front of you. I'm almost getting 4 of Cups energy here with that. Yeah, well, here's 5 of Cups, but how you're like looking at what you don't have anymore. This is the energy. You're looking at what you don't have anymore, whereas you have this right behind you if you would just be open to looking at it, okay? The Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. This is more of that creativity. Some of you masculines can be creative in how you're romantic, how you approach romance or love, I'm seeing some of you like to write poetry or like to be poetic. Some of you really are romantic, and it takes creativity to be romantic in a creative way. There's always the cliche romantic things you could do, but I'm hearing to allow to this balance of femininity and masculinity in ourselves, being creative and doing things differently may be another way to open up to this balance of feminine and masculine. Okay. Also, again, this is another card for bringing a message. Let's see what comes out after this card, because I feel like the way that this card is looking, and then the card that comes out next, it'll be a message in itself. So that's just what I'm feeling. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. So a message is actually, oh my gosh. Okay, wait a second. All right, we've got the Hermit. So we've got the Knight of Cups, going towards the Hermit. So this may be when you actually start really diving in. There's a guide. There's a guide that wants to work with you, masculine. They want to work with you and they want to help you in this. That's definitely what I'm seeing here. When you open up, you will receive messages from this guide. What else? There is a need I'm seeing here of the masculines needing to be separate, independent from any type of feminine. So I see a lot. I'm feeling single masculines that really focus on not being single, or they don't want to be single anymore, or they want to, but this feels like the desire to be with a feminine is coming from a lacking place instead of a I feel very balanced in myself. I feel ready to love the feminine the way that they deserve to be loved. It's not that. It's more of a I need a female to tell me that I'm validated and basically validation. And so there's this need to introspect and work on that self-love. I'm getting the heart chakra here. So we also have the Knight of Wands and the Six of Cups coming on out. I'm getting childhood. I feel like you used to be this carefree, open, romantic, creative child, and you've gotten away from that. And so Spirit's really encouraging this the innocence of when you were a child. And I know you're not innocent anymore, but like that carefree play and carefree just being who you are and not really caring. Like you just are who you are. Before you ever learned that people were judging or watching you, you are just who you are. They want you to go back to that. There's something from the past. Also, I feel like someone from your past is going to come back. This could be your feminine. And vice versa. Feminine, this could be your masculine coming back from your past. So the collective I was feeling earlier where I said y'all were in a big separation, this feels like coming back into union. So let's confirm that or clarify that energy I'm feeling, Spirit. They want me to get a different deck. So I'm actually going to clean this deck up. Clean this energy up. What deck are you wanting me to get? The animals. Yes. So you must be the collective I'm tapping into. You must really connect and resonate with nature and animals because that is definitely what I'm feeling now. You may be someone too who has pets, maybe dogs, a cat. Ooh, someone has a lizard. Ooh, I like it, a little lizard. Yeah, I definitely feel the collective has like some like different animals, not just the typical pet and cat and dog. Okay. What animal would like to give the masculines a message? Okay, we've got Ladybug. Oh, I wish I had said this. I have seen ladybugs literally everywhere. Yesterday, I sat under my willow tree and there was a ladybug crawling up one of the leaves. I went shopping and I saw metal ladybugs to hang on the outside. I've seen references to ladybugs so much, and that tells me that this is a lucky time, you guys. So embrace the magician in you and manifest your desires. Put them out there. What do you want? Put it out there and forget about it. The ladybug says your goals are about to manifest in remarkable ways because if you focus, once you put it out there, and this is very hard to learn to do, but once you put it out there, a lot of people tend to obsess over it and look at it and stare at it and think that they have to every day focus on that thing to bring it to them. No, actually, what you need to do is make sure you put out into the, when you order at a restaurant, you give your order and then you just wait, knowing it's coming. And you don't sit there and look over the counter and say, what are they doing? How are they cooking that burger I just ordered? Are they doing it right? Who's doing it? Who? You're not sitting there doing that. And if you are, like, whoa, chill. But so this is what you need to do. Put your order into the universe and then just go about your day, go about your life, doing things that make you feel good and bring you joy, and then watch it just arrive in the coolest way. I have some examples from my own life, but every time I go to say them, Spirit says no, not yet. So don't know what that's all about. But yes, things are happening, and it's some things have happened, and it's just amazing. I never expected it, all kinds of things. And so I feel like the things that I'm telling you guys are happening in my life or have happened in my life. So I literally know the energy or feel the energy of it. And I can tell that and so because I felt that energy, I when I feel this energy from the masculines, I know what it is. It's like people who say, that tastes like pee or something like that. It's like, have you tasted pee? How do you know it tastes like pee? Well, I know what this feels like because I've actually felt it before. Okay, let's keep going. Dreams are coming to fruition. Stop and enjoy this moment. It is important to let things flow at their natural pace. Rest assured that in due course of time, your wishes will come true. So, Ladybug. I've also been getting, I just had it in my mind's eye. What was it? Oh, fruit, strawberries. If you've been seeing so many strawberries, which I know it's strawberry season, but strawberries hold a synchronistic symbolic message from the universe that the things you are wanting are coming to fruition. Okay. Any other animals that want to give a message to the collective that I'm feeling at this time? We've got bear. Yesterday, when I was at my dad's house, one of my nephews kept noticing all the bears in the house. And so we started pointing out all the bears. There were a lot of them, and this is strength. So not only did you get the lion, the Leo card for strength in the tarot, now the bear from this deck is coming forward for strength. So the bear symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficult and adversity. Masculines are so terrified they got to do everything on their own. This is confirmation from spirit that you are supported. And when you truly trust that things may happen that you have no idea, I'm getting the message of you worry about the what and the why and let spirit take care of the how and the when. The masculines are I'm feeling want to know how and when. How is the biggest one. How's that going to be? How is that going to happen? If I don't do this, how's that going to happen? That's where faith comes in, and that fortunately is a feminine quality that I see a lot of male masculines struggle with, is that they're so logical that anything that doesn't make sense they can't get into. They can't, their minds, they're nothing about, they're just reject it. And so the masculines I'm feeling are opening up to the possibility that, like, maybe I'm not fully in control here. Maybe I'm not like the only thing that's out there. Maybe there are energies that kind of go along with what I'm doing right now. Maybe there's a reason why nothing's working out for me. What is happening in my life, or what energy am I putting out that's preventing this from happening? Yesterday, my husband and I were traveling back from somewhere, and there was an Aldi, and I was like, you want to stop there to do just like a little bit, just see, And he was like, sure, if you want to. I mean, I can't think of anything that we need. And I was like, yeah, you're right. We'll just spend money. But man, the moment that I decided I wasn't going to stop there, my heart exploded. Like there was just such an energy push in my heart that I was like, I just got a really huge gut feeling to go there anyway, so I'm gonna go. And so we pulled in and we got out, and at Aldi you like put a quarter into the cart to get a cart. And so some people, just to be nice, will see somebody who needs a cart and say, you can have this one, don't worry about the quarter. And so we were walking up, and this older lady sees us. She goes, do you need a card? And I was like, oh, sure. And I was going to give her my quarter. She goes, no, this was given to me, so I'm giving it to you. I was like, okay, well, thank you. And she had the most beautiful blue, just crystal blue eyes. And I was like, and I had sunglasses on, and I said, you have such beautiful eyes. And she just looked like, oh, bless you, And she goes, when 87 years ago, because it was Father's Day, 87 years ago when my dad gave birth to me. And I was like, what? And I literally had that. I said, what? And she goes, yeah. I was like, there's no way you're 87 years old. And we just went back and forth. And she goes, man, I am so glad I ran, I could just feel the energetic exchange, and it was so uplifting and so positive. I could tell we made her day. She made our day, and my husband got to witness that. And that's what I'm talking about, is that feminines who are owning their authenticity, who are listening to their intuition, who are showing up in their divine feminine power, who are showing up as authentically them. You are paving the way for your masculine to be able to say, oh, maybe there is something to this spiritual stuff. So Spirit's also encouraging the feminines at this time to show up as authentically as possible and to keep healing, to keep growing. I have so many chills right now that just confirms the message that I'm saying to you guys, okay? All right. We are going to I think that's it. Yeah, the energy's not there anymore for any more messages. So, you guys, thank you so much. I tried to do a shorter reading, and of course, it didn't happen. But, if you are really looking for advice and you resonate with me, I don't think you mind listening this long. But if you do, I'm so sorry. I'm not actually sorry, but I do wish they were shorter. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here, for listening, for tuning in, for connecting with me, for engaging. I really, really appreciate those people who reach out and comment and like the video, because that lets me know that what I'm feeling is actually resonating with those of you that are out there that I can't see. I feel you, but I can't see you. And so, yeah, you guys, it's amazing. And if you want a personal reading from me, go check out my Etsy shop. Spiritual Teacher for You. I have several options there for readings and things. So, yeah, check them out. The link is in the description below, and I'm getting my tongue tied. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.